All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tear apart a story that's going to make you second guess, well, everything. We're talking about the very fabric of reality and the idea that it might all just be one big cosmic staring contest.
So, this line right here, this is the whole enchilada. It's the central mystery we're about to unpack, a single, strange idea from a monk in another reality that completely flips our understanding of the universe on its head.
Okay, let's kick things off with our protagonist. Now, this guy isn't just a philosopher thinking big thoughts. He's a scientist, a man of action, who made a choice that literally shot him past the known boundaries of being human.
And look, this wasn't just some abstract theory he was scribbling on a whiteboard. He actually stepped into a machine and rewrote his own fundamental physics. He took the plunge, becoming the very first person to try this, and he knew instantly there was no going back.
And the change, it was just massive. Before, he was one guy, stuck in one body, moving through time like the rest of us. After, no body at all. He could be anywhere at any time. He became this superposition of consciousness, just an omnipresent mind, everywhere at once.
So what's that even like? Well, according to him, it was absolutely terrifying at first. That shock of just not having a body anymore was so intense it almost shattered his consciousness. Imagine it, being able to see everything, even light particles zipping through space, but you're not there. You're just pure awareness.
But here's the thing. This new God mode wasn't about just sitting back and watching the cosmic show. Oh no. It came with this huge and, frankly, kind of terrifying new job. He quickly found out his role wasn't just to see the universe, it was to hold it together.
And this quote, this is the absolute heart of it. He realizes that the universe isn't stable. Not at all. The only thing keeping it all from just dissolving into chaos was him, constantly watching it. His attention was literally the glue.
So basically, existing became this incredibly high-stakes, 24/7 job, and he couldn't just glance around. He had to assess everything, to understand it, just to keep it real. And the number one unbreakable rule? Don't blink.
And this, it led him to a pretty wild conclusion. All those fundamental laws of physics we depend on, he saw them as just a fragile setup, a temporary fix. Our whole belief in solid matter, he realized, is just something that makes us feel safe. We never actually see how flimsy reality truly is.
But here's the fatal flaw, right? The observer, he used to be human. He still had human instincts buried deep inside. So what happens when this cosmic consciousness makes a very, very human mistake? What happens when the anchor of reality blinks?
So naturally, he decides to push the envelope a little. He focuses on quantum entanglement. That bizarre phenomenon where two particles are linked, mirroring each other instantly across impossible distances. A pretty amazing thing to try and see with a disembodied mind.
And this is where it all goes wrong. For just a split second, that old human programming kicks in. He thinks of the distance between the galaxies, and in his mind, he tries to walk from one particle to the other. But he doesn't have legs. There's no distance to cross. He broke focus.
That one tiny moment, that little mental slip-up, it was everything. It was the blink he could never, ever afford to make. The staring contest with reality, he just lost.
And the result of that one little blink, it was instant. Game over. He was no longer a consciousness floating through the cosmos. He was somewhere else, trapped.
So bam, he's suddenly back in a human body, sitting in a dark, grimy cell. Across from him is a man who says his name is Thomas Aquinas. But this isn't the Thomas Aquinas from our history books. Nope, he's a theologian for a totally different religion, on a totally different earth. The whiplash must have been insane.
And this is where his mind is just completely blown. As he's talking with this monk, he realizes that his earth-shattering scientific discovery is just ancient religious doctrine here. Look at the parallels. Both say reality is unstable. Both say the solution is constant observation. One does it to stabilize a dimension, the other to save the world. It's the exact same cosmic rule.
The monk lays it all out for him. His holy order has one job: to watch, to stare at reality, to keep it from crumbling. And then he drops the other bombshell. Our scientist wasn't the only one doing this. There are observers like them, scattered all across the universe, all doing the same constant, thankless job.
You could imagine how this just pulls the rug out from under him. Everything he thought made him unique is just standard practice in this other reality. And this leads to his final, most chilling realization, and the question that leaves us all hanging.
So he tries it, right? He tries to tap back into that cosmic consciousness, to escape this physical prison. And there's nothing there. It's gone. He's stuck. The chains of matter are real again, and he's just a guy trapped in a cell, in a world that isn't his.
So he has to ask the next logical question, right? Who's in charge of all this? Who sets up all these observers? And the monk's answer is so simple and so terrifying. There's another level. There's someone or something watching them all. And that's the question the story just leaves hanging in the air. It turns the whole idea right back at us. If reality really is this fragile, if it needs an audience to keep the show going, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who or what is watching us right now?